Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. My name is Paula, also known as the Snail Garden on social media, and I have an Etsy shop, Eva Faith, where I sell hand-dyed linen for cross-stitching. I will put all the links in the description box below where you can find me. It has been a while since I recorded to camera. I didn't intend to take a break, but we just got very busy. I have recently put up a short vlog of what we have been up to on days out. Obviously, I didn't bother to vlog the fact that I was decorating, but luckily we have now finished, finally. And then we had a short trip to Yarmouth on the Jurassic Coast in Dorset. And when we came back, we got 2 kittens. So if you follow me on social media, you will know that we have 2 little kittens. One just meowed. I don't know if you'll be able to hear her. Luna and Loki, they have been with us for a month, and I will try at some point and introduce them. This is Luna. She is 14 weeks old and has been with us for a month now. You're going to, this might not work very well. Okay. And they are little rogues, but we love them. Can you see yourself? Oh. Hello, sweetie. Hi. And this is Loki, her brother. Loki is short-haired and Luna is long-haired. And they were both sleeping when I started to record, so we will see how this works. Apologies for the short break. I have given them their lunch. The problem is they will then probably go crazy afterwards, so you will hear lots of running around, and this may be a rather chaotic video. I will pop in a short vlog of our trip to Yarmouth, and also I was fortunate enough to go on the Whitchurch Retreat run by Becky of Willow and Hare Stitching and Sally, the Humble Bumble Stitcher. And then I will come back and share some of my projects. welcome back. I apologise in advance for the very muddled nature of this video. It was a case of grab as many of my projects as I could remember I have done in the past few months and try and record whilst the kittens were sleeping. Of course, as soon as I pressed record, they woke up. Now, I don't have all of my charts around or the patterns, so I will insert photographs of the ones I don't have. And also, please excuse this doll because she hasn't had her clothes made yet. Quite some time ago, my son gifted me the kit for this doll from Whitchurch, and I have used her pattern, but I haven't used the materials. I have used my own. I have made her out of Tilda doll fabric, and she has some wool hair, as you can see. And she just needs to have some clothes now. I have also bought the most recent set of patterns from Whitchurch, and my plan is to try and complete those, or let's be honest, start those during December. But that plan was before we got the kittens. And nothing is safe from them, as I'm sure you can imagine. Another sewing project, which is temporarily being kept safe in this little bag I made, which was already open. Is my meditation book. I am following along with Nikki Franklin's of the Stitchery idea to do a little slow stitch book, and I don't think I've shared this before, and it is full of different fabrics, some which I had botanically dyed previously, and lots of vintage fabrics. And I have completed some of the motifs put in it. I think the beads might just be sparkling. And on the front, I am going to have this hare, which is my own design. And the hare is going to sit in front of the moon, which I am just very randomly stitching with lots of leftover anchor and DMC threads I had in various colours. And I have this one from DMC that I'm now going to mostly fill in with, and I have this gold DMC that I'm going to put in for highlights. I will have to put everything away as I open it because of the two little kittens. I have some cross-stitch projects from the springtime, and this is very crinkled. This one I have finished stitching, and it is Spring Parade by Stacey Nash. This was a workshop I attended in May at Cowslip Workshops, and it'll be turned into a little basket. Another Stacey Nash is these 3 little rabbits pin keep. And I have attempted for the very first time to stitch on 46 count. This is my hand dye linen birch, and it was very slow going, but I don't mind that. It was a bit of a struggle for me to see the holes, and I had to keep putting like the 4th stitch in. And I've used all of Stacey's colours, which I do have here, except I changed Dolphin for Gentle Arts Summer Shower. Slightly more of a blue with grey, whereas Dolphin is more of a grey with blue, I feel. You can see the ribbon is very blue, and the little flowers. And that I will turn into a little pillow, or not so little pillow, as you can see. I don't have the chart for this, I couldn't find it this morning. Again, kittens. And this is a chart by La Di Da, and this is her flower pot needle roll, I believe it's called. I will put a picture up. And I believe I used all of the called for colours, but I have slightly changed things around. I've put, I believe these 2 should have been similar, and I've changed them, and I wasn't too happy with some of the other ones being squashed in, so I moved them about. I will be making that into a needle roll. I have put some pink fabrics to one side, but I think those and the pattern were hiding this morning. I have got into beading. I don't know if this is too sparkly or shiny. This is December necklace bead kit from Spellbound Bead Company. And this is the necklace. I try and hold it up against here, you might see it. I did wear this one day to Whitchurch over a white blouse. It looked quite nice. This is my first time doing one of these kits. There are quite a few firsts in this for me, including the bezel. I have a few more of these kits that I would like to complete. And before we get on to the Whitchurch projects, I have one more cross-stitch project to share, and it is slightly different. This is a Wonderland Crafts kit, and it is cross-stitched on wood. I have two of these, little ghost cat and the little witch cat. And these kits are very good. They come with, I can show you the back, everything you need. The chart, the wood, and the threads and felt, I say, to go on the back. And so far, I have done the cross stitch on the cat. He just needs some outline stitches and his little lantern. It's a nice easy little stitch, nice large holes. And all the threads come ready. And there is a base and the two little pumpkins to go on the side, and the felt backing for each piece. And everything needs to be put away in case we get a visit. Things go missing. I'm not sure which one of them is responsible, but things have gone missing off the table. Last year I made this little jewellery box into a travel sewing case. And into beading again, I have made this scissor fob. Of course, it's a little black cat and two hearts, and then very sparkly black beads. I took this to Whitchurch with me, and there were some lovely table gifts from other attendees that I have in here. I will try and put them all together for a photograph because I haven't got everything in here. This was a gift from Sally, the Humble Bumble Stitcher, that was in part of our kit. As was this in the kit, a needle minder. And Sally had made some lovely wooden needle minders. And thread keeps to purchase. She may have some of these in her shop still, or I think she's selling through Instagram at the moment. But I love all of Sally's things she makes. Just put those back. And I haven't brought all of the kits down because there were quite a few pieces to it. But I will share the projects that I've started so far. We were also given by Sally these pumpkin scissors, And our first project of the weekend was to make this little scissor keep. The scissors just slot in there. Sally taught us how to colour the fabric, and then we stitched the design. Now I can't count, so I had to lengthen my flag, and I have then grunged up the stalk and around the sides. And Sally had covered all these pieces for us. We just had to put them all together once we'd done our stitching. And they're held together with a herringbone stitch. And I have added a little crochet tendril and a star. The tendril did go for a walk in a kitten's mouth around the room. Can't leave anything around. They're little rogues. Oh, I also made for Whitchurch this little Tim Holtz pumpkin. I needle felted a little ball, strange shaped ball, but a ball, what do I call it, to go inside, to stick pins in. And I have a bat and a boo pin. I'm very good at putting my needle down and forgetting where I've put it, so this was very handy. The other part of Sally's workshop were these two designs. This is Autumn at the Silk Mill, and there is a roll around a bobbin, which we were also given to put your needles in. And this is turned into a floss keep. I will take a photograph of everything together to put in because I couldn't get hold of everything and record without my two little helpers. And I thought, it's now or never, otherwise I wouldn't record. We were given all of my very messy flosses. If you've ever watched any of my videos, you know my flosses always look messy. I don't know how people keep them so neat. And Sally taught the first day, and then Becky taught her designs the second day. And Becky's was a appliqué project bag. And I'll do a bit of a bigger photograph. It's in the chart. And this is the back. Mine's not going to look quite the same. I don't think I positioned my silk mill in the right place. So I've done a little bit of a change around. But that's okay. Now I haven't done that much of it, but you can get an idea. And I have stitched the silk mill on, and this is on linen hand dyed by Tonya of Blackberry Primitives. I am trialing this piece at the bottom. It's green and there's grass in front of the silk mill, but I'm not sure whether it's too dark yet. I haven't cut out my hares or my crows yet. The mill almost burnt down when I ironed it. I have never scorched anything, but I managed to scorch the roof. And some of the white. I've taken the white off and replaced it. But I rather liked the way the roof looked. It kind of looked a bit aged. And Becky gave us all the fabrics we will need to finish this and the zip. And the following day, we were shown how to make these little pumpkins to hang off the zip. I've done mine slightly different. We grow a lot of our own pumpkins, so I know that none of them are ever even, so I deliberately made mine bigger in some sections and smaller in others. And I put quite a few sections on. And I have put a little leaf with the other end of the stalk and a little heart bead on mine. I haven't brought them down, but I've also got some pins. Went to Becky's and we had a pin making day, but I seem to have left those upstairs, so I will just put a photo in of those. It's very addictive. And I was doing a stitch along with Becky, and of course she has finished hers and I haven't. If anybody knows me, you know I'm very slow at stitching and I'm very happy with that. It's just my way. And I love this book. It'll be the third thing I've made out of it. Previously done Spell of the Moon, which I stitched along with my friend Nicola, the Bumble Stitcher. And this time, oh no, it's my fourth thing actually, because I've stitched that and something else. And this time, Becky and I were stitching this big strawberry. Oops. Now this is done on 36 count, but I've done mine on 40 count. So mine won't be quite that big. And I'm using all of the called for colours. And I'm only halfway through this one. And it is very creased, I'm afraid. I haven't had a chance to get the iron out this morning. And I'm very pleased with how this has turned out so far. Some lovely colours. I have yet to complete the blackbird or raven, not sure what he is. And foliage. I deliberately zigzagged his little backpack. I thought that was quite a nice effect. The problem I have at the moment is because I can only stitch when the kittens are asleep. When they're awake and I'm stitching, they want to be on my lap, and little paws go for the floss and the corners of the linen. It doesn't work, so I have to stop. And I'm keeping on the theme of pumpkins and ravens, or crows, should I say? Could even be a crow. I've bought Becky's pattern for the pumpkin and the crow. No, the crow and the hare and the pumpkin patch. I can't read backwards, apparently. So I'm looking forward to completing that. And I was feeling very Christmassy. I bought 2 of Sally's, the Humble Bumble Stitches patterns. This is Christmas at the Silk Mill. It was beautiful, the sample when I saw it. And special delivery. I'm not sure I'll get these done this year, but they are beautiful. I am sorry for the very chaotic nature. Now, when I am finished, they are asleep. It's always the way, isn't it? I should have fed them first. Hopefully I will be more organised when I come back again. We are nearly at the end of November, and I usually do Vlogmas, which is, in my case, a weekly video. I don't usually record to camera. I might do this time sometimes. We usually go out once a week to something very Christmassy. We have only a couple of events planned this year because we didn't want to leave the kittens too much on their own. So I hope you will join me for my Vlogmas. And I aim to get back to my normal monthly videos in January, when maybe I will have fully finished a few of these. Maybe not. Again, thank you for joining me. Bye.